Two landmark bills to expand benefits and protections for domestic workers were signed into law by Governor Hochul at the close of 2021. Both bills were introduced by Assemblywoman Jenifer Rajkumar. With the new year comes a new era of dignity and respect for our domestic workers, Rajkumar said in a prepared statement. Speaking to Ila Dutt from Desi Talk, Rajkumar said that the governor gave her a New Year's gift. It's a major step forward for human rights in New York State. Domestic work is now treated as real work, and domestic workers will be afforded the same rights and protections as an office worker. Domestic workers are a cornerstone of our economy and our society. By caring for our children, our aging parents, and our loved ones with disabilities, they allow so many of us the flexibility to pursue careers, said Rajkumar. The first bill includes domestic workers into the human right law of New York State, granting protections against workplace harassment and discrimination. The second bill extends paid family leave benefits to domestic workers. Those who have worked at least 20 hours per week will now be entitled to paid leave and temporary disability insurance. Previously, they needed to work at least 40 hours despite a 20-hour minimum in most other industries. There are more than 300,000 domestic workers and 2.7 million households that employ them in the state, according to the National Domestic Workers Alliance. In New York City, their median annual income is $21,320. Domestic workers are vulnerable to exploitation, harassment, and discrimination due to the informal and isolated nature of the work, experts say. In New York State, 93% of domestic workers are women, 69% are immigrants, and 30% are African American. In his first day of office, Mayor Adams applauded the legislation. My mother was a house cleaner and cook, so I know the challenges domestic workers face firsthand, he said in a statement. There were times she had to choose between taking care of her children and putting food on the table. Thanks to Assembly member Rajkumar, there is hope for families like mine. It's time for domestic workers to be treated with the dignity and respect they deserve under the law, and I look forward to partnering with Assembly member Rajkumar to continue supporting them and all working-class New Yorkers. In Rajkumar's speech to the Assembly, she said the inspiration for the bill was constituents like one of hers from Guyana who spends long days caring for children. The woman volunteered with Rajkumar at food drives and dreamt of buying a home and putting her own daughter through school. Her desire to give back to the community, to be independent, and to succeed in the United States is inspiring and is what the American dream is all about, as introduced the bill for her and the women like her.